Good evening, class. This video form is on ethical violations and board discipline. I looked on the state board website for Virginia, and some of the common reasons that the counselors get disciplined is for fraudulent behavior, sexual interaction with the client, not giving them the proper care that they need for services. So when I was reading through the list of people that were documented on the state board of Virginia, I was just shocked because, we are working in a field where we're supposed to be helping people and assisting them, not placing more traumatic experiences on them while they're in distress or while they're in their most weakest state of their life. So, and these are just, and it also took me aback because these are people with high statuses. These aren't, people who are just getting into the field. These are people that have their license. These are people that are residents in counseling. So it was just kind of shocking to see the things that were documented on here. So when I looked at the themes that I saw in here, so it was mainly dual relationships. There were some cases in which fees or money was due. There was fraudulent behavior that was being acted in, and a lot of sexual violence with the clients. So one of the recent cases that I saw on here dealt with a QMHPA, QMHPC, in which she was not seeing the child from the dates of August 19th to September 11th, but she documented it as if she saw them. So, of course, she committed fraud, stating that she saw a client and she didn't. So, her boss had stated that I guess they were going to go by the house and talk to the client. So, she went ahead and texted the client's mother asking if she could lie and state that she had been receiving services at that time, in which the mom went ahead and just reported her. So, she violated, in this situation, she violated Section A 12, which is abandonment and client neglect. So counselors do not abandon or neglect clients in counseling. So she didn't see the client, and so services weren't being provided to her when they were necessary. So the outcome of this situation for this QMHPC was that she was placed on 60-day probation with her job, which I have to say that's actually pretty generous, considering, she could have just been straight out fired. But they did indefinitely suspend her, they recommended indefinitely suspending her no less than 24 months from, I guess, the date that they issued. And then after that, she would be able to apply again. She also suffers from bipolar disorder too. So when she was applying for the job, she stated that she didn't have any mental disabilities or anything that would prevent her from helping the client on her application, which could have placed her client at harm. So she just broke a lot of rules. She started out breaking rules from the beginning. So in the code of ethics, when it talks about impairment, it basically just says that, we should refrain from providing services if we're not emotionally, physically, or mentally stable. And that's in part C to G. And on my in Virginia, they're basically stating that as far as applications for people who have gone through impairment, they need evidence that people have been getting treatment or hospitalizations, and healthcare providers that state diagnosis and things of such to make sure that they're being accurate, or that they got the services that they need, or that they're fit enough to work the job that they're in. So my question would be, in the case of impairment, with this job, we take on a lot of people's emotions and feelings and stuff like that. And of course, burnout comes with the field. So I just wonder how exactly they would go about that, knowing that this field, burnout is kind of unavoidable. And typically, most people will experience something like that. So I'm wondering if they would consider that as impairment, and if the counselor would have to terminate themselves until they were better or not. All right, thank you. Have a good night.